Before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you your opinion on what parents can do when alienation is taken to an international level, especially in regards to the Hague Treaty. I've talked to some parents where they woke up one day and their child was taken out of the country to maybe they dated a foreigner, and then their ex-partner took their children to their home country. What exactly can they do to deal with something like that?
Well, there are several resources. First of all, the State Department's website is a very informative tool. You can start there to find out which countries in the world are signatories to the Hague Convention. If you have a country which is a signatory to the Hague Convention, then you can get the child back using the mechanisms in America and that signatory country. Couple of years ago, I had a case where the parent had taken the children to Australia with the consent of the other parent, but then once there, just refused to come back. And the parent who was left here had to involve the central authority, as they call it, in America and in Australia, had to fight a legal battle on both fronts. And it was about 24 months before the children came back. And during that time, they were completely cut off from all contact with the other parent. Now, the other parent was arrested for abduction when the parent came back into the country. But there are several countries which are not signatories to the Hague Convention. India, for example, one of them. So typically, the judgment of divorces, they have this clause that neither parent is allowed to take the children to a non-signatory country outside without the court's permission or the written consent of the other party. There are also things you can do to take precautionary measures. Contact the airlines, contact the State Department, make sure the passports are with a neutral party. And there is no foolproof way to avoid child abduction, unfortunately. And people who have gone through that nightmarish scenario, it's just unbearable pain. Your child's away someplace. You can't get a child back into this country. And even when you are able to do it successfully, it's often after enormous amount of expense on time, effort, and money. But the State Department's website is a very good place to start. And then there are articles available written by legal professionals who specialize in this area in trying to prevent a parental kidnapping.